We all know that sharks can be quite scary, and maybe we have Jaws to blame for that. But those fears are quite valid, as it can happen to you when you least expect it. Like this spearfisher who had a close call, and this kayaker that got capsized. But first, let's meet a man who decided to play around and found out the consequences the hard way. Number 10. Birdcage. Putting a birdcage on your head and plunging into the ocean with a live tiger shark seems like a dumb idea to most people. But Gold Coast daredevil Sean Harrington had to learn that lesson the hard way after having a close call. Mr. Harrington dove into the ocean at Coolangatta with only a flimsy birdcage in order to be filmed with a tiger shark that a buddy, who works as a professional fisherman, had hooked on a line. His cage diving stunt to advertise his and twin brother Dean's clothing brand was uploaded to YouTube. The video shows Mr. Harrington in the water adjacent to the shark before the 2.5-meter animal rushes for him and slams into the boat. The close call drives a screaming and swearing Mr. Harrington to leap back into the boat while using the $50 cage to fend off the shark. Mr. Harrington promised not to pull the same thing again. To get back into the boat, he says, "I was pretty much walking on water." However, Mr. Harrington, an avid surfer, stated that the incident would not deter him from returning to the waves. Number 9. Tiger shark. We now know that sharks aren't the savage predators that they were portrayed to be in old literature and movies. But that doesn't stop us from feeling uneasy whenever we step into the ocean, because while shark attacks are rare, they are a danger whenever you enter a wild animal's realm. The tiger shark is one of the most aggressive kinds, as evidenced by this film captured by a spear fisherman in Australia. In the waters off southeast Queensland, Australia, a spear fisherman had a heart-in-the-mouth moment when he came face-to-face with a tiger shark as he slowly kicked to the surface. When Jeremy Littler began emerging from an 80-foot free dive, he was spearfishing for pelagic species and reef fish 29 miles off the mainland. That's when he noticed a tiger shark's head approaching from the depths. Littler surfaced with his loaded spear gun directed at the shark, and his companion John joined him, also with a spear gun pointed at the shark, which was estimated to be more than 11 feet long. While the shark swam away, Littler and his friends swam to the boat and moved to a different location. Littler said that diving with sharks was always a humbling experience. Quotes, "Moments like this really remind you whose territory you are in and who is ultimately in charge." Number 8. Shark-sized hole. This is the terrifying moment a big white shark attacked terrified divers after breaching a metal cage. The tense footage was obtained after 2 divers plunged into the shark-infested waters of Guadalupe Island in Mexico in search of the massive beast. The 2 thrill-seekers are shown floating in the sea in a metal cage, watching the shark swim by before lunging at them. The 11-foot monster tries to get near to the pair by wriggling its way through a wide crack in the structure. The scuba divers flinch in terror as the shark squeezes its head between the bars and flashes its razor-sharp teeth, as another underwater team looks on in dread. The great white is seen desperately trying to free itself after becoming trapped between the cage's bars, tossing the divers around in the process. Despite its efforts to flee, the shark is believed to have battled for 25 minutes as blood began to flow from its gills. The disturbing footage, which was shot in October 2019, shows the shark writhing in pain. It died not long after. Number 7. Paddle fight. A kayaker in Santa Barbara, California fought off a hammerhead shark, and the entire event was captured on camera. Mark McCracken, a construction worker, shared a video to YouTube and Instagram in 2015 that quickly went viral, showing him attempting to fight off the aggressive predator. According to Mark, he was out fishing when he felt a bump on the back of his kayak. That's when he realized he was being attacked by a hammerhead shark. McCracken reacts to the hammerhead shark creeping up behind him in the footage by striking it with his paddle whenever it gets too close. The shark stalked McCracken, encircling his target and waiting for opportunities to strike, each one met with a rapid thumping from McCracken's paddle. McCracken sprints towards the shore after reeling in his fishing lines, worried that the next onslaught could happen at any moment. The relieved kayaker rejoices prematurely as the shark attempts one final time to turn McCracken into its next meal. McCracken didn't breathe a sigh of relief until he was securely on land. He struggled for over 15 minutes before making it to shore. "I just beat up a shark. How was your day?" he asked in the video. Number 6. Man overboard. When the hunter becomes the hunted, this is what happens. Ben Chancey was fishing in his kayak off the coast of Stuart, Florida, when he got a big and unexpected bite – a shark. Not wanting to become a fish out of water, the shark decides to strike back, slamming Chansey into the ocean and leaving him with no choice but to swim like a billio. Chansey wasn't scared off when another passenger on the support boat peered down and noticed the shark was still clinging to the kayak's flipped rod. Instead, he flipped the boat, jumped back into the kayak, and completed catching the shark. "I didn't want him to get the best of me," he explained. He was determined to win. "There were maybe 10 large bull sharks swimming around. When my pals realized I was okay, they said, 'Hey, jump back in, let's catch it.' I got knocked down, but I got back up again," Chansey continued. Number 5. Spear Fisherman. A spearfisher from far north Queensland says he feared he was going to die when he was attacked by a shark while diving in shallow water off the shore. About 300 meters off the Yarrabah beach, Philip Brown was spearfishing for barramundi close to a rocky islet when he came face to face with a bull shark. Brown said that he knew the bull shark was going to have a go at him, so he tried to swim faster towards the rock. However, just as he grabbed the rock, the shark came up from behind and grabbed his leg, causing his knee to pop out of its socket. In order to defend himself, he grabbed his spear gun and stabbed the shark on the top of the head. The shark wasn't done yet though, as it continued to circle him. Brown was already in ankle-deep water when 2 friends and 2 nephews raced to his aid, wrapping an anchor rope around his thigh and tying a shirt to his lower leg to stop the flow of blood. Number 4. Sydney Shark Attack. Just a little bit of warning, this video might be a bit gory. So if you have a weak stomach, then now's the best time to look away. A 4.5-meter white shark attacked and killed a swimmer on the beach of Little Bay in Sydney, Australia, with the horrific attack seen and filmed on camera by numerous witnesses. He was identified as a British expat of 35 years old. Simon Nellist was practicing for a charity ocean swim when the creature attacked him from underneath near Buchan Point, Malabar, about 16 kilometers south of the city. According to officials, Mr. Nellist's body suffered catastrophic injuries. He was a seasoned ocean swimmer, according to pals, and that he liked the water. Mr. Nellist was thought to be a British expatriate living in Sydney's Wally Creek region who was engaged to be married. The Malabar Magic Ocean Swim has subsequently been cancelled in honour of Mr. Nellist. This was the first fatal shark attack in Australia's largest city since 1963. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. In this photo, the woman can clearly see the shark approaching her. However, in our next entry, this woman was not face to face with only one, but at least 2 water-dwelling stalkers. Find out more about this incident next. Number 3. Rani Pierce. A swimmer attempting to swim the Kaiwi Channel from Molokai to Oahu had a close call. A tiger shark approached her about 4.5 hours into her swim and refused to leave her or her team alone. Rani Pierce is an accomplished long-distance swimmer. She has swum in numerous channels, including English and Catalina. She says she saw at least 2 sharks this time, and she even saw a tiger shark swim directly under her. The 9.5-foot tiger shark was spotted by a kayaker on her support crew. "I had polarized goggles on so I could see perfectly, and I wish I couldn't," Pierce remarked before adding, "I don't know if I will get those visions out of my head." The kayaker attempted to put himself between Pierce and the shark, and the boat ultimately approached them to do the same. "I looked down and there he was, swimming right under me," Pierce explained. "I could have reached out with my foot and touched him, and I could feel his slipstream as he passed." Pierce claims she was seasick for at least an hour and believes this is why the shark was so close. Pierce eventually made it back to the boat and decided not to finish the swim. Number 2. Shark Week. This footage is from the new Discovery Shark Week program Great White Open Ocean. Jimmy Partington, a diving master and expedition leader with shark diving experts and Islander charters in Manchester, UK, ventures out in the open ocean to get a close look at great white sharks in this episode. Partington, on the other hand, uses a perspex box rather than a normal metal cage. In a promotional video for the show, Partington is seen lying in his clear box with a giant great white shark in front of him. Multiple cameras are documenting the encounter, which shows the 5-meter shark circling around and underneath Partington's box. The shark looks to be intrigued by the box and what might be inside. It is seen swimming up to it and touching it before abruptly turning away. The shark suddenly swims upwards directly at the bottom of the box and tears through it, evoking a scene from the movie Jaws. It shatters the box with its mouth wide open and misses Partington by centimeters. The promotional film concludes with Partington assuring viewers that neither persons nor animals were hurt during the encounter. Number 1. Don't let go. You don't always have to exaggerate your fishing tales like these Australians who saw a shark bite down on their boat propeller. It's a difficult predicament to be in. You're trying to set your hook in a fish's lip one second, and the next thing you know, you're wishing you hadn't hooked it so tightly. When you cast a line into the deep blue waters of the ocean, you should anticipate something to bite back. That's what these fishermen got themselves into. They have video of everything, from the moment the shark approached the boat to when it bit down on their propeller. None of these people knew what to do with the shark chomping down on the propeller. It was not the best thing to look into the water and see. They evidently attempted to shake it loose from the prop by jostling it up and down. However, it only needed to take its time and leave on its own. The predator, which one man estimated to be 3 meters long, let go and walked away after a short while. See you all next time.